Hi, all my Wax Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, I thought we'd head off. Whoa. I thought we'd jump down and try and break my ankle. Gonna head out this way today. See if we can't find some of those parts. Pretty dark out still. Ooh. Like, it's really dark even with my headlight on. Man. Ooh, you know what? I bet my settings got changed. There we go, that's a little better. My my monitor tends dark, so I usually end up raising the brightness on games so I can see. Well, it's been a bit of a week. We didn't play any Gloomhaven Sunday or Tuesday. Well, me and the one guy did, but the other DM he didn't show up on. I mean, he told us he was going to be gone, but he was gone for Sunday and Tuesday, and so we didn't play as a group. We just because it's a game, you load in your characters, and then you can assign your characters to other people. And so we have a 2-player game we'll play. And when the other guy's not there, the DM's not there, the other DM. And so so we had talked, right, the previous week about D&D because we haven't played D&D in forever. And I had contacted the other guy who wasn't showing up. And I was like, hey man, you know, what's going on? You gonna play with us anymore? And he was like, too tired when I get home from work, and you know, got my assistant coaching job coming up here, so I'll be missing most of the weeks anyways, so probably gonna have to stop. I'm like, alright man, we'll get your character switched out to somebody else or whatever. Not a big deal, just, you know, been nice to know a month ago. Because I was like, dude, you haven't even contacted us since before Christmas. So it'd been over a month since the last time we'd heard from him. But yeah, so then we get to this week, and so the three of us are there, and the DM is like, their DM, he's like, looking forward to some Gloomhaven tonight. I was like, I thought we'd be playing D&D, now that we've got that all assorted. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, we talked about this last week. You said you wanted to see if you could find another guy for this week. And if you couldn't find another guy for this week, then we would just play with what we got, like normal. And he's like, oh, well, I didn't think we'd be starting back up this week. Like, well, that's why we had that conversation last week. Like, how long did you think we were going to put off D&D for? I mean, it's already been over a month. And he's like, well, I thought you'd have a couple more weeks to get things prepared. Now, when he says that, it's a lie. Because he doesn't prepare. He plays preloaded modules on Roll20. There's no preparation for him. He just goes in and then he reads the book as we play for each room, which is kind of how you do it. And so there's no prep time for him. So we know there's no prep time for him. So I hate when he's like, I don't know if I have time to prep this week. Prep for him is load up Roll20, which is the same prep time we all need. Load up Roll20 so we can, access the game. So it's nonsense when he's like, oh, I don't know if I have time to prepare for tonight. Prepare what? The floor we're already on, that we're already engaged in combat on from last time we played? It's not like you're loading from scratch, because I have played games in Roll20 and some other virtual tabletops where I have to load the maps, and I've played some where I've made the maps. So there can be immense amounts of prep time. But when you purchase a pre-loaded module, there's no prep time. So yeah, so it drives me crazy when he says that stuff. I'm like, look, man, we talked last time. You said you were going to see if you could find somebody. The other guy said he wouldn't. The other guy said that he wasn't even going to look, and that he would prefer if we just played with the guys we got. And you said you were going to think about it. But that was all in regards to starting back up this week. He's like, well, I didn't even get a chance to think about it. Well, no, that's not how it works. You have a conversation about how you're going to do something with somebody else, and then you get to the time when it's supposed to happen, they're going to expect you to have done your part. Not, oh, well, it's not important to me, so I didn't think about it. So therefore, you should suffer because I didn't think about it. No, that's not how this works, man. So we played D&D this week. He's like, well, now we're gonna have to, are we switching over that other guy's character? Are we making a new character? Are we starting a whole new campaign? How are we gonna continue this campaign when we don't have everybody here? I'm like, dude, we were playing this campaign before that other guy started playing with us, and we just added him in. So either you can pick back up with your character that you swapped out for the other guy, or I've already loaded up the other copy of the other guy's character so that we can just start using it. Well, then who's going to control him? I'm like, well, you could control him if you want, or the other guy who still plays with us can control him. He said he'd play two characters, like I play two characters. And he's like, oh, well, we should probably discuss that. I'm like, we're discussing it right now. What do you mean? We discussed this last night while you weren't here on what he thought we should do. What input do you need? Seriously, man, you gonna run the game or not? That's it. That's your input. You want to play the guy? You can play the guy. You don't want to play the guy? Then the other guy said he'd play the guy. Shepherd's pie recipe. Got new food to try out. That's cool. The Crucible! I found the Crucible. That's awesome. I can make steel. I hear you. There you are. Get back. Oh, hey. Dropped a bag. Huh, not a bad bag. I'm hungry, huh? Alright, well. How much food does this give me? 50. I'm gonna go ahead and do 2. And we'll throw a couple of water on top of that. Just make sure we're topped off. And I'm going to throw in this painkillers because I got a poor bruised knee. Alright. That was an awesome find though, man. The Crucible. That's going to help a lot. Or not at all. I don't know. I should let me make steel armor, maybe. Well, let's at least let me finally make steel. Ooh, I could upgrade my tools to steel. I don't have to steal tools, do I? What I got down here? Yeah, no, I'm still running iron tools. I almost just want to head home to make up steel, but no, we'll keep looking for that silencer that I want as well. But yeah, so we did get in and we played some D&D this week. And then he was like, "What are you gonna do for your game? Like, are we just running my game now?" I'm like, "No. Why would that be? Why would we just switch back to running your game only? Like, I don't understand. What? We're not changing anything. That other guy's just not gonna play with us. We're gonna have to have someone run 2 characters. I mean, you already have me run 2 characters. There's nothing wrong with the other guy running 2 characters. Or you can run a character. Whatever. However you want to do it, man." Well, I mean, are we going to finish your campaign? Yeah. Yeah, we got like one more session in my campaign. And then we're done with that one. We'll just assign that character to a different person. That's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to do it in this one. It's not that big a deal. I don't understand. Are you restocking the shelves, man? Dude, is there a way into this place? Ah, the back door's open. Alright. Oh, my aiming, I tell ya. I don't know what it is. I don't know why my aim is off. It's like I grip my mouse too hard or something. I don't know. Ah. Ah. But yeah, so that was a big to-do, let me tell ya. A big to-do. Trying to get D&D started back up this week for some reason. Even though we'd already had the conversation and had already planned out what we were doing, other than who was going to control the other guy's character. That was it. That was the only decision that had to be made. And, I mean, I took the time to make a copy of that guy's character. Because it was... We use my D&D Beyond stuff. So everybody's in my my campaign. Because in D&D Beyond, which is an excellent tool if you are fine with having online, you know, documents and stuff. Because some people don't want to use... They want, like, paper character sheets, but I like the digital character sheets. I really like D&D Beyond. We use this extension for a browser because we play online that will let you roll from your D&D Beyond character sheet into your virtual tabletop. And so, like, if I need to do a specific weapon attack, I just click on that weapon and then it rolls that weapon automatically. I don't have to type out the command to roll the dice or anything like that. I wouldn't be opposed to playing in person. I'd still want my digital character sheet though. uh, like the only hassle with the digital character sheet is it's a little more difficult to take notes, but you could just have a notebook for taking notes. But because we play, even playing with homebrew items, it's fairly easy for the most part to make homebrew items that you can load onto your character sheet. The only time it gets tricky is if you're doing something really off the wall with your items. It might be difficult to program that into D&D Beyond. Like, I wanted a way to keep track of hero points, and so it took a while to figure out how to do that. And so I ended up making a ring that just had how many of her charges we're supposed to have. You know, I didn't see a gun store in all this. I've been looking for a gun store. So, anyways, I get distracted by D&D Beyond. But we all use my D&D Beyond because I buy all the books, and then you can get I think it's a master tier subscription, which isn't that expensive, and it allows you to share your books with your fellow players who are in your campaign, and so we make campaigns in my account. Like they have their own set for their characters, and then they just they make their characters on their account and then insert them into the campaign, and then that allows them to use the books because it's a digital tool set for D&D by D&D. You can't use things unless you homebrew them that aren't in the books, right? So, like, there's some basic classes that are available for free, but if you want one of the other classes or subclasses, you have to pay for it. And so you could pay just for what you want, which is cool. I think that's one of the... I saw a video where people were complaining about it, but I thought it was awesome. I guess they probably don't understand how it works. So when we first started playing... Okay, it looks like I'm going to talk about D&D Beyond. So when I first started playing D&D, we were on... we played digitally. And so... my character sheet wasn't... paper, it was a PDF. and so it was, digital anyways, and oh, that says empty. And so switching to D&D Beyond was nice because it's designed for D&D, right? It's not... there were things about the PDF I liked. But I like the character sheet in D&D Beyond a lot. There's one in Roll20, if you play with Roll20, that's got some features that I like that aren't available in the D&D Beyond. But you also have to update a lot of it manually. And so for me it's really cool that I can buy the book and then all the stuff is in D&D Beyond for me to just select. Oh man, I need that. Also, I put that guy down with one shot. Auto shotgun schematic. I haven't seen one of those before. And so when we were playing, we were using what is the name of that program? Virtual Tabletop. No. It's on Steam, right? The virtual tabletop simulator. That's what it is. We were using tabletop simulator, and so then when D&D Beyond came out, after we had started playing, you know, I already had a character going, and that character wasn't completely available from the free D&D stuff. And so I owned, or I do own, several hardcover books of D&D. Oh. I don't like the shotgun, though. I like the rifle I've got. Why don't you give me the silencer I want? And so it's really cool because I could go on there, and I didn't want to buy the whole book because I already had the hardcover book. Now, it's different now because we play so much with virtual tabletops that I did eventually buy the books again on D&D Beyond. But that was because we just play so much online now that I don't think I've played an in-person D&D game in years. But we play a lot of, you know, every week. Well, we try to play every week. And so it was really cool because, like, I've got my warrior. That's what I was playing, was a warrior. And then he's a champion class, and that's all on there for free because that's the... Ooh, is champion class on there for free? I feel like champion class is the one that's on there for free. Interesting. Targets with full health take 20% more damage. Makes that first shot really good. But then, like, my backstory, which adds to your character's stats and stuff, wasn't available. And I forget, there was some other stuff on there I had to buy. And so instead of paying the, I don't know what it is, $30, $40 for the book, I could buy just the part I needed for, like, $1. I think it's like $2 now. But when I was doing it, I think it was $1. And so I bought what I needed. And then, and so I spent like $8, right? Getting all the stuff I needed for my character so that I could put my character in D&D Beyond. And so that's really cool. And then when you go to buy the actual book, they deduct what you've purchased. And so if you want a specific background or a specific race and you don't care about any of the rest of it, then you just spend a couple of bucks to get that unlocked on your account. And then if later you decide you want, oh, well, I want all these things, and so I thought it was a really, really slick deal. I really liked how it worked, and ooh. That guy's gross, man. Gross. And so, yeah, so we used D&D Beyond, anyways. And so because of that, I opened the guy's character sheet. I didn't want to bother him, so I just opened a new character sheet, and then I made a copy of his stats and stuff into a new character with the same or similar name, and that was it. And he was just an unassigned character. And so then when the other guy logged in, I'm just like, yeah, go under the campaign, and then you can assign that character to yourself, and then that's your character now. And that was it. That was how hard it was to switch that guy over. I think I could have maybe had him unassign himself. But I wanted to make sure we were going to be ready for our game last night. Or not last night, but the other night. And so, you know, it took me like, I don't know, 10 minutes to copy all that over um, and get it mostly set up. I did see that the other guy had also made some changes once he took control of the character. Because I didn't set up for things like sharpshooter or anything like that, and so he did have to create those himself. So yeah, man, a couple of good finds today. A Crucible's a big one. I really want the silencer though. Oh, dude, here's another books. Crazy. And then oh man, the other thing. So Thursday I'm down here working, and we're doing some. I'm in an online meeting for a couple hours on Thursday, and I can't go anywhere. Right? I'm in a meeting. I'm interacting. I can't just get up and leave my meeting. And so all of a sudden I hear water dripping, and so I turn more of the lights on in the room here. I mute my mic and turn on turn on the lights using the puck over here, and water is just pouring out of the ceiling. Not a lot, but enough to what is this burst mod schematic? I thought I already had that. Oh no, I think I have the actual mods. I don't have the recipe for them. Still not my silencer. I don't know why you're not giving up my silencer. I mean, we looked it up, right? It's a thing. Oh. I don't know how to make an anvil? Do I not have an anvil? Must have found an anvil? Am I not running an anvil? Crazy. Also crazy, I'm this far in the game and they're just now giving me basic construction stuff. So as soon as I got a chance, I'm running upstairs. I'm like, dude, you gotta stop using the sink. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, water is pouring out downstairs. Like someone had turned a hose on. And so the garbage disposal died. And apparently when the seals go bad on the inside, it just starts leaking water, which is bizarre. And so we had to get a new garbage disposal and put it in. And on top of that, I don't know what I did, but my back is killing me this week. And so I can't climb down under this sink. I mean, I probably could have, but I didn't want to, because my back hurt. It still hurts today. It's been hurting for a couple of days. And so, crawling up and down on the floor, not my idea of a good time for my poor back. There's a Shamway in here. This is a bookstore? What's the charge of this bookstore, man? And, oh, I guess you do have your little food snack counter thing here. So, they got the new garbage disposal yesterday. And so we started about 3 o'clock. And we finished about 8 o'clock. Putting... Why is there a snake in the bookstore? Let's just say that replacing a garbage disposal looks like it should be a very simple process. And it never is. Now, I replaced this garbage disposal years ago. Probably like 8 or 9 years ago. And I tell you what, the last one, it was a nightmare for me to take out. And dang it, these mannequins, I want through. Okay, thanks. Alright, I just wanted to see if there's a gun. There is back here at the back. I just want to check these guns, and I'm going to head home so I can build this Crucible. We got a compound crossbow. Hey, man. Unless you're trying to sell me guns. Unless you know where the silencer is, I don't need your help. Oh, there's some books hidden down in here. Well, there's loose paper hidden down in here anyways. I don't need an acid bath. I just wanted to check this ammo display. Okay, well, I guess that's it. I'm gonna head out of here now. So, anyways, I was in a more supervisory position yesterday, for sure. And, I'll tell you what, watching somebody else do that stuff, I mean, I helped where I could. I couldn't be the one under the sink, right? I could stand above the sink, I could help hold it up, you know, things like that, but I couldn't be the one under the sink. And, tell you what, there was a lot of, poor me coming from under that sink. I'll tell ya. I just can't do it. Just gonna have to get somebody else to do it. I can't do it. Basically what happened was, garbage disposals connect weird. And so I couldn't remember how we connected it. And so we had to look up a video on how to disconnect it. Because I remember it just screwed on to the bottom. And technically that's true. But there were two spots where it screwed on. And so we got the first one unscrewed. And then couldn't figure out the second one. And then couldn't get the second one to move. And I'm like, dude, you just gotta get a hammer in there and, you know, tap it until it comes loose. So in the process of slamming into it instead of, you know, trying to operate like a rational person, there was a lot of jarring it around, and eventually it caused the plastic ring nut that connects to the bottom of the sink to jam. And so once we got the metal part off so that we could remove the actual disposal, then we still had to remove the adapter that connects it into the bottom of your sink. And they jammed the plastic ring so badly that it wouldn't turn anymore. I don't even know how. So took them a while, got that off. Lots of having to get up and leave and moan about how I couldn't do anything and how we should get a plumber in here and that kind of stuff. And eventually got it all off. And you know what? I'm really surprised. It actually went back together real easy. All the plumbing was at the same height. I was very pleased for that because I hate doing the plumbing. And didn't seem to be any leaks. But it did take a long time, and of course this one connects in a totally different way than the last one, and which is both of them are totally different from the first one I removed. Uh, and so yeah, I don't know why they gotta keep changing adapters every time I go to do something. But yeah, uh, needless to say, I didn't get a chance to do a whole lot yesterday other than work on that. So that's been my week. Uh, Back's starting to feel better a little bit. I basically I put a firm pillow behind me, and then I've got this neck pillow thing that I don't use, and then I wad that up and put that right behind the spot that hurts. Seems to help. So, all right. With that, be better than the small things. Lean to the light. I'll talk to you later.